Yo, 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 what's happening, people? Welcome to another episode of the Couple of Dads podcast with myself, Roony.
And me, Jay.
What's happening, bruv?
Not much, bruv. How's the little one?
Yeah, he's all good. He's all good. Took him for his first swimming lesson this week.
Hey!
Yeah,
they
man.
say babies know how to swim
You know what? Yeah,
pretty
see,
easily, you
Brandon,
know?
water baby, bruv. He took to it so easy. Like, there was like, you had to dip their ears in and like lay him on his back. Bruv, he was chilling. Like, you know when you're kind of like holding him, but I didn't really need to. He was kind of like floating.
Let me just say this, yeah?
Go on.
He's mixed race. I hope he can float.
Yeah, bro.
Because I can't float, bruv. God's honest truth, I can't float.
Yeah, you know what? But me and Kerry can both swim, so it's all right.
Yeah,
but he was chilling. Like one of the other babies
that's dope.
was kicking off because the water was in their ears. Brandon was like chilling, looking at the other baby like, "What's the matter with you? I'm cool." Like,
what's your beef, man?
Yeah, I was mad, Brad. I can't lie. I was grinning like a Cheshire cat. Got some nice photos and that.
It's them moments there.
I'll put one of them on the thing.
Yeah, them moments are the ones.
So yeah, like as Mabel.
She's good, you know. She is right. So she was rolling before, yeah.
Yeah.
But now she's rolling and figured out how to move the arm out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So now we're in the game.
Yeah. So the frustration's not there now. She's cool.
No, she still gets frustrated if she's on the front for too long.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm starting to really figure out that she might be a little bit aggressive and she might have a little bit of a temper on her.
Okay.
Because every time I go near her, she seems to want to kick me or like grab one part of my face. So
bless her.
She's on stuff.
We got some cool pictures of the two of them together in a week as well.
Yes, we did, man. We'll have to put one of them up.
Yeah. There's a proper cute one of the 2 feet.
Definitely. There were some lovely ones there, man.
Friends for life there.
Innit? Definitely, boy.
All right, so last week's podcast was a very intense, epic one. I've got some responses from people saying that, you know, like, it was nice to hear other people's things because they thought that their one, you know, was like, their one was kind of like wild. So when they hear that other people had gone through the same thing, they said it kind of made them feel better, which is what the whole purpose of this thing was.
That's the whole reason why we do it.
But I would say, you know what, off the back of that, got home, Kerry had to listen to it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we get the girls' voices to,
That's
they correct us when we go wrong.
Exactly.
Or when, you know, we don't get the facts right that they know. They chime in. And,
most of the time it's when we don't get the facts right, to be fair.
So, so she had a listen.
Yeah.
And it brought up lots of things for her that she didn't remember. She was like kind of emotional.
It brought memories back.
And it made her pretty emotional off the back of it.
Yeah. So the things that she didn't remember. Or couldn't remember. Was what invoked the emotions.
Yeah, because she was like, oh wow, I couldn't even remember that.
That's mad,
it kind of like, it makes you think like there should be some sort of kind of like a nurse or a doctor break down what actually happened with them afterwards.
Yeah, cool.
They literally go from having this like experience of birth.
Yeah, this baby inside, the experience of birth.
And then there you go, there's your baby.
And there's a baby.
Yeah, and then that's it. Like, and then they check in once or twice to see if they're all right, like
of course,
like emotionally, and if they're depressed and all that stuff. But they don't actually tell them what, you know, like what the actual thing was. Like, oh, this is what happened, and you needed a cesarean because of this. They tell them at the time, but obviously all the emotions they forget.
When there's a lot of emotions going on, you don't remember it. Like you might not remember as much as you think you do, sort of thing, because there's so much going on.
And even for us,
because I forgot a lot of stuff. Like last time, after the last one. Nance was a bit vexed with me because I forgot some stuff.
Okay.
Like, I forgot to mention that before the pregnancy and all that sort of stuff, the lead up and all of the midwife appointments and stuff like that, she had to have extra ones because she's got no thyroid.
Okay. So what does that mean?
So I think what no thyroid means is, I think it's hypothyroidism, I think. I might be wrong. You'll hear Nance's voice at some point here to correct me. But it's because she has no thyroid and no thyroid gland, and the thyroid gland does certain things in your body to help your body tick and run how it's supposed to. So she hasn't got one of them, and she has to take medication called levothyroxine every day for the rest of her life because she hasn't got one.
To balance the levels.
To balance the levels out and sort of all that sort of stuff. So it can affect her quite differently. So from the beginning, when she went to her appointments, there was always consultant ones, and she had to, throughout it, I think to begin with, she had to go up a dosage, and then as the pregnancy went along, the dosage went down.
Okay.
So it's only recently now, after we've had the baby and that her balance she started to kind of get her balance back with a thyroxine and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, man, it's crazy. It's mad.
And it just goes to show like how like we forget things, or we perceive the way it went to how they perceive things.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's definitely, they should definitely, I feel like, give you like a kind of breakdown of what happened. You know, like just on a, this is how it went. You know, like, because, and I think they should do more on that, because it wasn't until I saw like the way it brought back things for Kerry. She's like, I didn't know that, and then she felt bad that she'd forgotten.
That she'd forgot it. One thing I never asked you,
Go on.
How did she feel like immediately after the birth?
She was tired.
Yeah.
And obviously she still had the numb legs, because like, you know, where she had the cesarean.
Yeah.
She had the catheter in and all that.
Wow.
So like, yeah, she was still kind of like tired, you know?
Yeah, of course.
And she had to take things easy.
Because she had a cesarean, obviously.
So like, there's like 6 weeks after, you know, like there's the whole aftercare kind of thing. Like, so she couldn't drive for 6 weeks.
So even though when she was in the hospital, even though when she was in there, they got her up and they was making her active, but they still tell you not to do certain things.
She had to wait until obviously the feeling and the legs come back. Then the catheter come out, and then once the catheter come out, then you can kind of move and do things.
Okay.
And then they try and ease it, but there's certain things that she can't drive, she couldn't lift nothing.
Because of the medication, isn't it?
So obviously like picking up Brandon and things like that, she had to be careful, like all of that. So like,
wow.
It kind of like, I had to take a little bit extra time off of work and things like that to make sure. But we'll get into all of that stuff. Yeah. Like, and like, this is a perfect lead.
One thing I will say is, both of the women, amazing.
Yeah.
Special people.
Oh yeah, amazing. Yeah.
The pair of them, both of them.
Course. Yeah.
For what they went through, even though it was so different to each of them, and they both had their hard moments and their struggles throughout it. Amazing people, because they did a brilliant job in bringing them kids into the world.
And even now, you can just, like, both of them kids are very lucky to have the mums.
Oh, definitely.
And I would say the dads that they've got, you know.
Definitely.
You can see as well, like, again, something we'll get into as well is that, because we're both all, I think, maybe a little bit older in life and that, and you're calm and you love them to pieces, and they know it. And because you're a bit calm, you can tell that the kids are at ease. There's no, like, you're not nervous around them.
Definitely,
like, you know.
Definitely.
And but last week definitely brought up them emotions for Kel. With me, it was a little bit more, brought me back into the moment. Obviously, with you, it done the same thing.
Yeah, definitely, man.
So that was last week, and this week
is
we're talking about the little bit after.
Yeah, the first first month.
Let's say the first month after. Yeah, and it's that in itself is
it's an eventful time.
It is an eventful time.
It's a very eventful time, boy.
It is an eventful time.
Because a lot of things happen, and you have to deal with a lot of stuff, like with a lot of things, taking home a new person. Also the initial fears that it brings, you know. Oh, definitely, man.
You just get this little person who you love to pieces, and you kind of like, you kind of learning what to do with them.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I know when Nance listened to the first one, and I said about I was petrified. Yeah, she was like, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that you were scared.
You know what, Kerry said the same thing.
You hid that, like you covered it, you masked it very well.
Yeah, Kerry said the same thing, and I think that's something which is another reason why this podcast is important, because so many dads do that. Yeah. And then they've got nowhere to let it out afterwards.
And you've got no one to chat to about it or nothing like that.
And we all go through that same thing. And it is a mad whole thing. Like obviously you brought Mabel home before Brandon
had even come into the world.
So like, we still had like a month.
Yeah,
it was about a month, wasn't it?
I think so. No, it might have been a little bit longer.
Yeah, because he was overdue as well.
He was overdue as well. Yeah.
And like Mabel, like, when I first held her, that was kind of like one of the first times I'd kind of really held a newborn baby, because I've always kind of been a bit. And
I remember you said that as well.
I was nervous, like, I can't lie, you know, like, and them initial fears of like, obviously you can't wait to have your one.
Yeah.
But you all these things you've got to get used to. You've got to hold a baby. You've got to change a baby. You've got to do the nappies. I was terrified of all of that, bro. I'd never changed a nappy before. NCT class, I had one with a bit of peanut butter in it. That's as close as it got, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't...
As close to the real thing,
yeah,
boy.
so it's like...
Wow.
So like that...
See, but NCT's good though.
Yeah.
Because that's what it does. It gives you them... opportunities.
Yeah, of course. Like you kind of
even though it's not real life, but you still get the opportunity.
Yeah, a baby is a different thing because the baby will somehow find the foot to put into the nappy afterwards or something like that. But
that's a fact.
Yeah, like them and like it kind of you have your initial fears, didn't you? I suppose like you had your own ones as well.
Like I was good with changing nappies and that because I got 4 nieces and 2 nephews.
See, I got a niece and a nephew, but I didn't like because I suppose I never really got involved in that.
Wasn't really hands on, like.
Like,
so I got 4 nieces and 2 nephews. So I'd been around changing nappies and that before.
Yeah.
So I'd done it. I'd kind of had them moments where I changed them and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd been around both of my nieces, Jada and Layla. I'd been around them a lot when they was growing up, from babies and that. You know what I mean? So I'd kind of had a little taster.
Yeah.
Of what you have, of how it goes and that.
See, like Kerry had done the same. Like Kerry was very like straight away, very good at changing.
Brandon
and
with women, I think it's different, bruv.
And you know what it was as well. I tried to, as much as I was like nervous at first. Like obviously they're so small and they look delicate, and you try and be so careful with them, and like I'm trying to change. Like, but I didn't ever want to let him know I was nervous because I think if they can sense nervous, then it's not good for them.
Yeah,
you know, like
because they say babies pick up on.
Of course,
they pick up on the parents'
I had to kind
emotions and that.
I kind of forced myself to like
just
not let Kerry keep doing it. Like I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you just got in there.
You know, like at first you're a little bit like nervous of the hands, but then I was all right. And I think
once you get that initial one out of the way,
that's it.
It changes things.
That's it. Once that first one's done, that opened up a lot of like the confidence in me, you know. Like now I can just do it and we have a laugh.
It's normal now. It's an easy thing now.
But that was, I suppose, my initial fears coming home, and like people say about the sleep, but I've never really been a big sleeper anyway. Really, like I'm a bit of a night owl, so the sleep thing I can manage on for 3 hours sleep at night, you know. But obviously, it's different when a baby comes home because it's not what you knew the 4 hours that you're used to.
Do you know what though? Yeah, like even though like they wake up a bit in the night, Mabel never woke up as much as I thought she was gonna.
Okay.
Like you know how people say to you like, oh, you better prepare, you better get your sleep and and all that. It wasn't like that.
I see. It was for us. See, Brandon was completely
slept
all day, and then at night he was awake. Like, he'd be up like every 45 minutes and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, there was one night he needed a bottle, and Kerry woke me up to do the bottle, and I swear I like fell into the wall. You know when you're so tired, like you didn't know what was going on.
Do you know what? Yeah, there was times where when I did get up and go and make the bottles, because I think me and Nats, we got to a point where it was whoever made it, the other one would feed.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how we did it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But there was times where I was just on autopilot.
Yeah.
Because we'd got it to a system now.
Yeah.
So we'd got the bottle prep.
Yeah.
No, was we using?
See,
no, we wasn't using the bottle prep.
Yeah, no, because they both started off breastfeeding, didn't they? So it was very much onto the mums. It was, at the beginning.
So it was a bit of both. Yeah. Nance was doing a bit of both. She was doing breast and she was doing bottled and whatever as well. And then when we was actually feeding, bearing in mind she was quite sickly as well. Yeah. Mabel was sick a lot, and then we figured out that she was no good with like normal milk, and we changed.
So she was lactose. Yeah.
We think she's lactose. We thought she was lactose.
Okay.
Doctors didn't really do much to help the situation, so we kind of had to just take it into our hands and change her milk. We tried a few, and then we got to goat's milk. So she's been okay on that.
Goat's milk? That's weird, isn't it?
She's been okay on that, which is mad. But it's just
so what was she doing? Just like throwing it up every time she had it?
She'd be sick quite a lot, man.
Okay.
Like sometimes on certain bottles, she'd probably be sick sometimes about 10 times.
That must have worried you a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. But you can't really show too much worry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to kind of
pick it up.
Yeah. You want to try and keep cool and calm and whatever. And for me, I'm quite glad that I had nights because I just took my lead from her. Because she was quite calm and controlled and knew what she was doing, sort of thing. So I was just following what she was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah. See, I one of them like a little scare, I suppose, was you know, when they're born, they say that they drop a certain percentage of weight after the first week.
Yeah.
So the health visitor come round and Brandon had dropped 2% more than he should have dropped.
Okay.
So we had to go to A&E to make sure he was all right.
Oh, mate.
And he was, thank God. They just literally said that he's an extra hungry baby and he had to have some like, so he had to have top up, which is why like Kerry had breastfeed him, and then I'd have to give some top up,
some more after.
So we had to go, which is when I fell into the wall doing the bottle because I was so tired because I'd gone from like Kerry doing the breastfeeding and I'm helping out to then get up and I didn't know what's going on, you know. So that was
trying to stumble around in the dark.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Bro, but that's where that Tommy Tippy comes into.
See, yeah, that's it. But when you say about scares as well, we had 2 scares. So there was one. Mabel was we had her in a what was it? Was snuzz pod we got her in? Yeah, we had her in a snuzz pod next to the bed.
Yeah.
And she was breathing funny.
Wow.
Bro, the way how she was breathing, we were scared. So scared we phoned 111.
Wow.
When we phoned 111 and we explained it all to the woman, she was like, no, that's normal. That's how they breathe. If you're ever worried sort of thing, then like blow on their face and that you blowing in their face kind of like jolts them and wakes them up.
Yeah, because sometimes when they do the cry, the hysterical cry, and there's no sound come out, it's like they're holding their breath.
Oh, bro, that stuff is scary.
And then you do the little breathe in the face and it brings them back.
That stuff is scary,
Yeah,
man.
see, they're all things as a new dad you'll see. Yeah, when that first they learn how to do that one.
And then the second one was when Mabel had jaundice.
Okay.
And we had to take her up to the hospital.
Yes,
then.
I remember you said about that, yeah.
That was scary as well, man.
Yeah.
And they do some...
she was extra lethargic, wasn't it? Like really tired.
Super tired.
Yeah.
And you could see she was like yellowy. Luckily, it wasn't on the scale of having to go into the little incubator with the lights and stuff on.
Okay. Phototherapy,
I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, something like that. So luckily she wasn't high enough on the scale for her to go to that. But we had to just keep feeding her. You have to keep feeding them lots of milk because it gives the fluids and it helps wash the jaundice out or whatever, and keep them out in the sunlight.
Okay.
Natural sunlight. So we got around that and
walks.
Yeah, a lot of walks and all that sort of stuff out in the sun and whatnot. And she was all right after that. But the one thing that is scary, they do that needle on their foot.
Oh yeah.
Where
the
they
heel
check
prick
for
test.
Loads of different things.
The heel prick thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Didn't like that, man.
No, man, it's horrible when you have to see them.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, that.
Yeah, when you see them cry for them things like that.
Yeah, no, I didn't like
but
that
then,
at all.
Within them first few weeks, like obviously, like we've gone through a few little things and whatever, but like, what was the thing that kind of shocked you, or the things that kind of you didn't expect, like from being a dad?
Do you know what? That's quite a tricky one, you know. I didn't expect to love someone as much as I do.
That's so mad because that is exactly the same thing I was going to say.
I think that was the one main thing.
That pain in your stomach.
I was
love,
kind of
innit?
prepared for all of the other stuff. You know, like the nappies, the sleepless nights, the bottles.
Yeah.
I was prepared for all of that sort of stuff because I spoke to loads of my pals that's got kids and all that sort of stuff. And for me, it was different because obviously we have Marley. Yeah. So I'd done it from 4 years old onwards. Yeah. I'd never done it before that.
Yeah.
So all of that up until 4 is new. I've not really done that. I've done it with my sisters, but I can give them kids back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can take them little toe rags and go about your business. Whereas this one is, I've got this baby every day.
Yeah.
And I did not expect, when people say like you fall in love instantly, I did not expect that to happen like that.
Like you find yourself, I don't know if you, but I found myself like just randomly just laying next to the like we got it next to me.
Yeah. And similar to a snuzz, isn't it? Same thing.
So I'd like lay there and just look at him and like you feel yourself like welling up. Like that's my like I made.
Do you know
this
how many times I just cried for no reason?
Yeah, bro, tell me about it. Tell me, that is one thing you dads don't like. You get extra emotional.
Trust me, man. Listen, this I knew I got extra emotional. We were sitting down just after we had her, and I think we was watching X Factor.
Yeah.
And there was one guy on there singing to his 2 daughters. Man, I started crying, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here? This is nuts. Like, this is mad. It got me. I was wiping the eyes and everything.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's nuts, man.
Yeah, bro.
It is mad.
Yeah, and like you end up getting like extra soppy with your missus, that you like.
And your love for your missus changes.
Yeah.
Like, I love Nancy now differently.
Yeah, of course.
Like, our relationship is a bit crazy anyway. Like, we've got banter. We call each other all the names under the sun.
Yeah.
But that's just how we are.
Yeah, same as me and
But
Kel.
I love her. Love her no matter what.
Same as me and Kel.
No matter what. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's that, again, like what you said in the other episode, it's that admiration as well as the love.
Yeah, the admiration, definitely, man. Definitely.
Because it's it's an amazing thing, and like I said as well, that first couple of weeks, and Kerry couldn't really do, like, she's still soldiering on, like she's still doing whatever she's doing. Like, thank God, like my mum, my nan, Kerry's mum had come around and they helped with.
It's good that you had a good circle of support. You know what I mean?
So we had, like, what we decided to do was, like, the family come around for the first couple of weeks and they helped us. So they'd help with the washing and the ironing and all this sort of stuff, because, like, just to give me and Kerry that little bit of help.
Little bit of help
I'm
and
still
a break
learning.
in that as well.
Kerry's learning.
Still learning on the job.
And then she's recovering. So
that's dope.
And then they had us there. They was with us for like the first week and a half.
Yeah.
And then they was like, they need to come away, because obviously it had been a mad birth, so they wanted to be around, make sure everything was all right.
everyone was good and stuff. Yeah,
and
of course.
And then we was kind of like, then it was us and our little family, and it's just amazing, man. Like that.
It's dope, man.
But that whole sleep thing at the beginning, when Brandon was up the wall, that was hard, because Kerry was like mad tired. There was days when she was so tired.
Yeah.
And I think it was about a month in, maybe a bit less. I got a cold.
Yeah.
And I was worried about, like, you know, like being around the baby, because I didn't want to give the cold and all that sort of stuff. So I said to Kerry, like, them times I'm gonna sleep downstairs.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be in the same room and you breathing my air. Because if you get not well, you breastfeeding and all that sort of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
That was hard, because where I would help out at night, you know, at certain things, like just be there, more like wake up together, like when baby wakes up, you do whatever. So she was extra tired then. So, like, you have to kind of then compensate afterwards, because, like, make sure that you give them give her a lie-in.
Do you not think, sorry.
Go on.
Do you not think, though, if you would have just gone about it as normal,
Yeah.
and just did whatever you was doing and not worried about sleeping downstairs, do you not think that might have helped him a bit, even?
Maybe. I think it was more so, you know, like, you get that thing of, and also, like, I didn't want to make him get a cold.
Yeah, cool.
Because then if he got a cold, that's on me.
Yeah, I hear that.
So I wanted to protect that. I would walk around, like, when I had to hold him, like, times I had to hold him, I put a face mask on.
Yeah.
Like, how mad is that? Like,
that's crazy, isn't it?
Because I was worried about.
But then, is that not that's what this world that we've been living in for the last 2 years has done to people, bro?
Yeah.
It's scared the life out of people.
Yeah, but it was more so like, if it works for that, then if I've got this on, then I can hold him. Help carry out as much as I can.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give him my cold.
No, of course. I fully hear that, bro.
So it was like, because you do, like, where you love them that much, you don't want to.
Yeah, of course. It's true. You don't want to do that. You don't want to give it to them.
Like, and that was a mad little phase, that was. But Kerry was, like, extra tired then, so I had to, like, there was times afterwards where, like, because, like, the mums, they're just on it all the time, aren't they?
Always. 24.
Like, if he woke up early in the morning and I was awake, like, I quickly just took him downstairs and give him a bottle and let her have a little lie-in, like she does for me now. If like, when I'm back to work and I work night, like at the night, or come in late, she'll do that.
Do
like,
the job.
Yeah, but I don't know if you was the same, talking about work and sleep and that. Like, as the babies find it, like, thank God Brandon's great at sleeping now, and they find it.
I said, thank God.
Because it can be tough at the beginning, isn't it?
It can.
But when they find the pattern, like, as a dad, like, at first this made me feel bad, but I don't know if it did with you. Was I would wake up some mornings and be like, oh, Brandon slept all the way through last night. And Kerry would be like, no, he woke up at 4 in the morning or whatever. But because you're the dad, you sleep through it.
A couple of times, man, I felt bad.
Yeah, like, you don't hear it at all, innit?
Yeah, man.
Like, because the mums are so, like, smallest little move, they're awake, they're on it.
Do you know why that is, though?
Go on.
That's because that baby's been in there for so long.
Yeah.
It's like a different sort of attachment, you know?
You know,
it's like a form of telepathy, you know?
Well, you know what? I heard a thing and
Go
it was
on.
fascinating. It ties in with what you're saying, right?
Go on.
So, you know why a baby, majority of the time's first word is dad?
Go on.
Well, they say dad.
Oh, you said this to us the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Because they don't see the mum as a separate person. They see it as part of them.
Part of them. That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, so dad would be the word
The
because
first word they
that's
say.
the love that they see outside of what they see as them.
That's mental, you know? That just shows you the level of love and connection between the mum and their child.
It's like the baby wakes up, but the mum's waking up with them.
That's insane.
Us lot are asleep. And I used to feel guilty. Like, I'd be like, I've slept through. Like, I feel so bad. How can I not hear that?
Yeah,
but I think that's because, I suppose, men are wired to, like, we're supposed to go out, work, and, like, you know, like, on a primal level of that, you know, that whole genetics thing.
Yeah.
And it's a different setup. But, like, dad's, like, it's normal.
Because I've spoken to a lot of... nudge me.
Same. If it gets too much, wake me up.
Just hit me with the elbow or something if you need me, man. Just let me know.
Because there's all mad things in them first couple of weeks. Like, obviously the breastfeeding's mad, isn't it? Because, like, I was glad in a way that we had the top up because I felt like I could bond with him a little bit because I could feed.
Chance to connect.
Because you can connect extra when you're feeding them, innit?
Yeah, it's true.
Very
true, man.
Like, so you have to, you deal with that. And then... Obviously, you find your sterilisation station.
Yeah, man. Come on, the sterilizer, bro.
Then you got, then you've got like the in between breastfeeding, the women pumping.
Oh, bruv. Pumping is a mad thing, you know.
Wild.
That is crazy.
I used to sit there and
before we go further with the pumping,
Go on.
Can I just give like an honorary big up to Alexandra Burke?
Go on.
Bruv, she was at Carnival, just gone on the weekend.
Yeah.
Rocking her Carnival get-up with her breast pumps on.
Mad.
I said, you know what, big up you.
Yeah, hats off.
Because you're sharing women, just rock with it, innit? Do your thing. And she just literally, she's not had a baby too long ago. She had her breast pumping. There was her and about three, I think there was like 3 or 4 of them, bro.
Mad.
Just pumping. I was like, you know what? Big yous up, man.
Yeah, of course.
Big you up.
But there's a lot of pressure on women for breastfeeding, isn't there?
Massive pressure. And you know what? I think that's one thing that the NHS should try to change a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be putting so much pressure on a person that's just had a mad amount of ups and downs emotionally.
Yeah.
And then you come in and just put mad pressure on them. You have to breastfeed.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like that, man.
No, it's true. It's true because some women's bodies don't allow them to, and then
some
they feel
women's
guilty
bodies
for
don't
it.
want to do it.
Yeah, like I think Kerry got up to 4 months.
That's good, you know.
Like, so after 4 months, it started.
I can't remember how many months now it's got up to, but
yeah.
She gave it a good go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then just that there, then breastfeeding reinforces that little connection even more.
Of course it does.
You know what I mean?
You know what? You find a time, like me and one of my pals was talking yesterday, and we were saying about like how, in a way, like what we were just saying, then with the actual top up or the bottle, we get to connect. We can also then help to settle them because I feel like when they was just completely breastfeeding, it was only the mums that could settle them because they needed the nipple or whatever to
crazy, innit?
To help them settle down, and that was tough because then. Sometimes in them first couple of weeks, you felt like you couldn't do anything to help.
Yeah.
Like your role's different, isn't it?
It's like you're an outsider for a little piece. Like you're there, you're in the love bubble and like in that baby bubble and that, but you're like an outsider because you're not involved in.
You can't do the main. You can't do the main event.
Yeah.
You get the shit. You get to do a nappy every now and again.
Yeah. Nappies,
The first blowout is mental, isn't it,
bro?
Oh, the meconium poo.
Nappies.
I'm so happy with that.
Wild.
The meconium poo, the big,
the big black one.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for that.
No, they done that in the hospital, so I had a touch.
Nats as well, because Nats had to stay in an extra day.
Yeah.
Because Mavis, you know, she's gonna kill me when she hears this word. Because Nats had to stay in a little bit extra because Mabel was all bunged up with mucus.
Okay.
And they say, to let them go home, they have to get the mucus out so they can feed properly. Yeah. But you've got to feed them to get the mucus out. Mad.
Well, see, Brandon had a bit of mucus, and even like occasionally now, a certain cry, you can hear a little bit because obviously he was cesarean, so the mucus comes out when they push, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like they're all different things that you kind of find out later down the line as well.
Mad.
But yes.
Should we stop it there for a bit and then we'll do this product of the week?
Oh,
we'll come back.
Yeah, sweet. You know what product of the week? You know what I'm going for product of the week? Just for these first couple of weeks.
Hit me with it, man. Go on.
The next to me.
Yeah.
That's my product of the week.
Is that what you're throwing out there?
Yeah.
That ain't a bad one.
Because you see that thing there, that having that baby next to you all the time, obviously you're making sure they're all right. Yeah, you know they're cool. They're so close to you. But also as well, like they say, after 6 months, put them in a... Bro, I can see him staying in there for longer, you know, because I like his energy in the room.
I like his energy in the room, you know.
And that next to me is such an amazing product.
It's got to a point now, yeah, where Mabel's got too big.
Oh, really?
I think she's got about this much space.
Mad.
Like if she puts her hands all the way up, there's probably about this much space, and then
where her feet is as well. About 2 inches.
It's crazy.
Mad.
It's crazy.
Mad.
But they are great.
Yeah, see that one's
like
mine.
Next to me's and Snuz Pods, all of them different ones where you can have the baby right next to the bed.
Yeah.
If you can get something like that for the first few months.
Because you will check on them constantly all the time.
100%. 100%.
As soon as you come in the room, check on, like you put your hand on them, make sure they're breathing all right.
That's what I'm saying. And Nance does that a lot still now, especially after the stuff that happened in the first couple of months, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she does that even still now. So they are a great thing.
Like even now as well, like obviously they've changed more. Like Brandon's started to sleep on his belly now. Like he'll roll over.
That's mad.
He'll roll back, he rolls over, like he sleeps on his side, he'll do his belly, he's on his back. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? The way they change when they...
Sleeps on his... And then they tell you don't let babies sleep on their front.
Unless they naturally go there. If they naturally go there, it's all right, but you can't put them there.
That's mad.
But that next to me is definitely my product of the week.
It's up there, top one.
For that thing, what would you say is your one?
I'm going to say, my one, I'm going to have to say, that Maxi Cozy rocking chair.
Oh,
is bad boy.
Yeah.
In the first few months, we could put Mabel in there, bang on a number 3 or 4 on the rocker.
Yeah.
Bow, she'll be out cold.
See, but Mabel liked that.
She loved
way
it.
sooner than Brandon did.
Yeah,
Brandon,
which is mad, isn't it?
It took Brandon a little bit longer to get used to that.
Yeah, because I remember you saying he weren't
on it at first.
He was not feeling it.
I think because he was small at first. Like, I think he felt a little bit lost in it. Maybe like it wasn't as snuggly for him.
Yeah.
Like, but now he loves it.
Yeah, he's a fan.
Yeah. And if he falls asleep on you and you put him on there, a little rock, like, or
keeps the rock going.
He'll chill Grace's corner.
Oh, yeah.
Music like that. He'll have that on and he's loving it.
We'll get to Grace's corner on another episode.
Yeah, definitely. If you don't know, get to know.
Better go and check them out, boy. That is the ting.
So there's your products of the week. You got my one in them early phases was definitely the next to me because if you haven't got one, get one because
defo.
You definitely need the baby in the room with you, and I think having them that extra little bit closer makes all the difference.
It stops you from worrying and stuff as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because you know they're right next to you as well, so it's good.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously the chair
helps get your baby to sleep.
Always vital.
Which is always key, boy.
And then they just like a lounge in it as they get older.
In it, that's Mabel now. So what she does is chill. She's just in there.
There's our product. There's our products of the week of this one. They're definitely vital. So dads, have a look into them. They do all of the business. Them two things there.
Nah, they are. They're dope. Too dope.
You know what as well? While we're talking about like things of the week and all that, you know, we get our little tips and things like that.
Yeah.
You know what? One of the dads and mums from NCT put in a group. I think it was Sid and Chloe. So big up Sid and Chloe.
Large up.
They you know, obviously, like we had the kids go to baby sensory from quite early, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We took them to baby sensory class. Well, Sid and Chloe, obviously you buy your play mats. So Brandon had his play mat and that. They was like, you know, the marathon, like the thermal, like kind of like tinfoil rug blanket.
Yeah.
That you kind of give to the runners afterwards because body heat.
Yeah.
So if you have one of them and use it as a sensory tool, like you know, like mess up. Bruv, the babies love it because they see their reflection in it.
We've got 2 of them indoors.
Yeah, the noise, everything. So that as a little toy.
Confused when Nance mentioned that to me. I was confused.
Yeah.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah. Yeah, so Sid and Chloe told us about that one, and Brandon loved it. Like, obviously you got to watch them with it because, you know, like they love to wrap themselves, but the actual, like, the noise, the lights, the reflection, all of that.
It's the reflection. It's all the reflections and all that sort of stuff. That's what gets them.
Yeah,
because it helps them.
Them early stages, them baby sensory classes, they really.
Like, you can really see why they do them.
Yeah, because
you can understand.
How old was he when he started going? That was quite. We sent them at like 2 months, wasn't it?
It was on Father's Day, no?
No, before that, they'd started already.
They started before that,
Father's Day, they was a good few terms in.
They was
by
already
the time we done Father's
in
Day.
the mix by the time.
That was funny, wasn't it?
That was good.
Yeah,
that was very good.
See, I did a lesson before. A couple of the dads from NCT did a lesson before as well, and that one I felt a little bit out of place. I can't lie, because it was like me and 2 other dads. It was Brad, and pure women. Brad and Sid, and they're bare women, and they're doing all the sign language and that, and
they know all the songs and them things.
Yeah, they was well advanced.
That hello,
us 3 was this
hello
there.
to the sun and all that.
Yeah.
I was baffed when they started doing that. I was like,
it's great for the kids though, because it gives them something.
That's it, man.
Although the first couple of lessons, Brandon was sound though, because he's like his sleep pattern. Like I said, the first couple he was in there. Kerry was sending me pictures, like they were doing a sensory thing, and Brandon's just asleep.
Just kipping.
But they're baby sensory classes as well. It's another good thing as well for the mums while they're on maternity, because like obviously it brings them together, innit?
That's it,
and keeps them going.
It's true.
But you know, talking about maternity and with a paternity leave and things like that. Obviously, like we're gonna have an episode dedicated to this as well. But bro, how hard is it to leave them to go back to work,
mate?
You look for any excuse to come back home, didn't you?
I can't tell. I'll be honest, when I went back to work, I don't know who dreaded it more, me or Nancy.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to go back to work and leave her and the baby, and she didn't want me to go back to the work because I'd had the sterilising and all that stuff on smash.
Yeah, it's true.
So it was a bit of both.
Yeah, because it's a whole big thing, because it's like the mum is literally on their own then.
Yeah, that's when it's just them.
Yeah.
And that's when I think, you've got to be more on them in the sense of checking and making sure their mood's okay.
Definitely.
And all of that sort of stuff. Because that is when, for some women, things can creep in, postnatal and all that sort of stuff can creep in, and they can...
Yeah, you have to definitely make sure...
Make sure they're...
Also as well, like, although you have to force them, because they love being there all the time with the babies and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, make them go and do things, like, even if it's for an hour on their own. Like, go and get your nails done, Kel.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. To let them feel that little bit of being themselves again.
Yeah,
like, definitely. I'm still, like, when we are off, on them days that we're off, like, let us have him for an hour or whatever. Because it's...
When was the first time you had the baby on his own?
Bro, it was a good few months in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Kerry was like, you know, like, she like obviously breastfeeding and all that.
Mama Bear.
So exactly. So it was like it took a good few months, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and then Kerry, like, and she only went and got her nails done. And bruv, when I tell you it was the quickest nail appointment, like she was there and back, you know, boom, boom, boom. Like, although she knows he's safe and everything like that, you know, like it was just that, like, she missed him.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
And like I think like, because obviously the maternity leave and things like that, like, you can see now that it's that starting to be like, oh, I'm gonna have to go back to work, and like they don't really want to, because they want to be there all the time, but then they also do because they want to have that little bit of their self,
bit of routine
back.
And a bit of their self, innit?
Yeah, because it is like they are on job 24/7.
Bruv, this job as a parent is not a joke.
No, it's not. It's not. But it's not the best thing ever.
It's a great
most
job,
rewarding
though.
When they smile, bruv. The first time I see Brandon smile at me,
man,
my whole world, it was like my life was made. And you know what the best thing was? Kerry got a photo of that first smile, and I've got it on. When I had the museum exhibition, and we got to take him to the museum exhibition and things like that, and.
Is that a picture when he was skipping?
Yeah, when he's in the Mexicozy chair and he was smiling up at me, and like that went out on Sunday brunch. So that picture, like Brandon's like first smile at me,
is on
Kerry
TV.
Got there and it was on TV. Like it was such an amazing.
That is sick.
That was like it was proper amazing.
That's
proper amazing.
That is so dope.
Like so that like all them little moments, bro, every single thing that might be tough. them little moments make it.
Them little ones outweigh them tough moments by a million.
And also relationships with your missus changes.
Yeah.
Because obviously you don't get a lot of time, you and them, to do stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to find have to make sure.
You got to find time, innit?
Yeah, you have to find ways of like making that time, because
definitely,
you know, like all the love's crazy for them, but you got to also make sure, man. You know, like you do your things as well, you know, together. And
you have to make sure you try to, even if it is with the kids, you still got to try to make sure that there's some time where you're just doing your thing.
Yeah, even if it's a cuddle and your program on the TV and a cup of tea, or you know what I mean, like that little bit. And how are you doing? You know, that checking in and stuff like that goes a long way. And like we're lucky because we have got some amazing women behind us.
Facts. She drives me mental, but yeah, she is amazing. I can't even lie.
But them first couple of weeks.
Them first 2 weeks, man, it is eventful, boy. Jesus Christ. A lot of stuff happens in a short space of time.
Did anything happen really that made you think, "Right, I weren't expecting that"?
I weren't expecting so many people to come to my house, bruv. What? I've never had that many people in my yard in my whole life. What the hell? I swear, every day for about a week or two,
it's mad, isn't it?
There was a different person at my yard.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it got to a point where I was like, this is never ending. Like,
gifts on gifts on gifts.
Gifts on gifts, just bare people in the house. Like, what the hell, man? Like, I know you've come to see the baby, but Jesus Christ. And it's turning up.
It's mad when that stops though, like how it's like you then realise this is my little family, innit?
This is who it is for however long. It's just us. And that's it. When all of them people are gone and it's silent, that's when you realise.
And it's dope. And it is one of them things as well where, like, us just talking now and saying all these things, you still don't know it all. You learn something new every day. You do something different every day, innit?
Bro.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing. All I know is what I've learned.
Yeah.
Everything else that's in front, I don't know nothing.
One thing you do find out that you'll learn very quickly, dads, is how you can differentiate a cry.
Yes.
So like, you know, that's the hungry cry. That's the dirty nappy cry. That's the tired cry.
That is very true.
It's so mad, isn't it? How you get to know them.
That's very true.
Like Brandon makes this mad noise when he's tired, and he still does it now. Like he goes, arr, 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 arr.
Mabel does that, man.
Yeah.
Now she fights her sleep though.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Brandon's on that at a minute. During the day, he wants to be awake. He wants to be learning.
Just go to sleep. Like, you're tired. Just go sleep. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you just making up noise? I know you're tired. You know you're tired. Everybody in the house knows you're tired. Go to sleep.
But I'm sure it must be like exciting for them. In the first couple of weeks,
it's got to be something like I'm missing out on something. Yeah, it's got to be
because they're like, oh wow, what's that? Wow, what's that? Wow, what's
everything,
that? You know?
Yeah, everything.
Like Brandon was fixated on a few pieces of art on the walls. Like he was like there'd be a certain few pictures on the walls that would just grab him.
That's mad.
And like we bought some of them, you know, like the sensory books.
Yeah.
And he used to just like stare at them and whatever. So
he's got a couple of them as well.
I'm sure it is. Like they'll see something and they're like, oh, I'm enjoying that. Oh, I'm tired. I don't want to go to sleep yet.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's definitely that. 100%.
Oh, you know what was? You know what? You just reminded me as well.
Go on.
You said it to me because obviously where Mabel's a little bit older.
Go on.
When you said to me how amazing it is the first time their eyes follow you when you enter the room. How great is that?
What? That is the greatest.
Yeah, that is a...
Like when you walk, my one, I can't remember when the first actual one was, but I think I was walking out of the room and I looked and I could just see her following me. I was like...
And then you go back again just to see if it...
Yeah, just to double... I had to double back just to check that I wasn't seeing things. Now it's got to a point where I say her name and she's...
Yeah. Oh, brother. I don't know if they can recognise their name.
I don't know if she's recognised her name or she just knows the voice now.
Yeah.
But she seems to just look. And she gives Just a smile every time. Every time. The smile kills me, man. Every time. It just melts my heart.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? I know, bro. It's crazy.
It's nuts.
It's crazy. I remember when in them first couple of weeks when I used to try and put Brandon to sleep, my default, you know, like you have like a certain sway that settles them or a certain thing. Brother, I used to do this sway and I used to sing The Wheels on the Bus. Like on repeat, this song.
You was on one.
Yeah, like The Wheels on the Bus. But it used to settle him.
I bet it did, boy.
And it was like the other day I was thinking, like, I was and I sung it and he looked at me like, oh, I remember that one. You know, like, it was...
That's mad. My one was cross my arms sort of and have her in my arms and kind of like jiggle.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird, like I was shaking. Looked like I was having a seizure. Mad.
But it's crazy how, like, even that,
Mad.
how you have your ways of settling them and your missus has their ways. And then they might say to you, no, try this. But it doesn't work for you.
So she told me one way.
Yeah.
I was thinking, this ain't going to work. She was like, you need to just jolt her a little bit. You know, like a jolt, like you're getting like whiplash or something. She said, try that, see if it works. See if that one works for you. Man, it worked wonders, boy. I was like, this is my one from now on. See, that's where the jiggling came from.
See, Kerry's got this like armchair, it's like a rocker. It's like, you know, when they're breastfeeding
that
rocker.
armchair is serious, you know.
Well, when she holds him in that, he's Sando.
Yeah.
And, like she said to me the other, like, oh, try that. And at first I was like, no, like I couldn't get. I felt awkward in it, but when I got it right, bruv, he loved it. Like, but then if I tell Kerry my way of putting him asleep, it wouldn't work.
That's mad. It's mad that it's mad.
They know, and they know who who's who, and who they want at certain times. Like he knows when he wants dad will settle him. When he wants mum will settle him.
Exactly that.
More time, mum will settle him.
That's very true. But I think I'm just a punch bag at the minute.
Oh, is it?
If I'm honest.
Hey, they love a kicking leg, don't they?
Bruv, the amount of times I've been kicked in my face. What is this? I said it to her earlier on, like this. I'm not cool with this, you know. Like I'm not cool with getting booted in the face. I'm not cool with you grabbing my cheek or pulling my ear or my lip. I'm not cool with this. I'm not a punch bag.
You know what?
Me, man.
What? Talking about face, Brandon done this thing where he's done it from like early. Well, you know when you put them to sleep and you put your hand on their face.
Yeah.
So you put your hand on their face like and stroke their face, and he grabs your hand.
Yeah.
Bruv, every time he does it, that is like heart melt. You know, like you just.
I've noticed.
Bruv.
So saying that, them ones. So Mabel's one is put a hand over her face. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. She puts her hand on my arm and she does some weird thing where she goes like a heartbeat squeeze on my arm. I was like,
that's her letting you know that. Oh yeah. I know it's you. Yeah.
All right,
that's
cool.
Dad.
So I get what that one is.
They have got some amazing quirks and they change so quickly, man.
They change quick.
They learn so fast as well.
Yeah, it's mad. When people say to you, that it goes fast, like it really does.
Yeah.
Like obviously, we was talking about doing this podcast for time.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the birth, we was talking about it. But obviously, because so much stuff is going on, you don't really get a chance to do it. And then what? After the baby's been born, you settle, give yourself a little chance. We've got to Brandon's 4 months, Mabel's 6 months, and now we've started recording it. So going back through the stuff is great.
Like even like now, like this episode's kind of like a lighter one after the last one.
Yeah, that's
so this one's kind of like the little joys, the little challenges, the little you know, like the things that you kind of keep your.
That's it.
That adapt and change, but like
Defo.
There's so many different things, and like obviously we'll get into more of them. Like there's also different things that kind of like we've decided as parents that we're gonna do that yous ain't gonna do.
Yeah. And I think that's the same with everyone, though, man.
Yeah.
Everyone got their own choices, isn't they? Everyone does their own thing, or what they think's best for them.
Yeah, exactly. And then
that one thing people need to remember: there's no wrong or right.
Exactly. There's only what's right for you. Exactly that. Exactly that.
Simple, isn't it?
You know what? What's a great example of that? I remember Brandon was constipated a little bit. You know, like the hospitals always say, like obviously when their mums and that was like they used to give them boiled water to say it clears out their system.
Clears your bowel.
And then the hospital now be like, you can't give them boiled water. But they say don't give them boiled water because obviously some people then will feed the baby water and then the baby thinks he's full up, but they're not going to get the food. You know, like, so it's like
nutrients and
whatnot. But like that little half an ounce of boiled water, that helped Brandon have a proper, like, you know, like when he was constipated, that got everything moving again.
See?
So they're like, but it can only be like that tiny little bit, because obviously,
not a lot. Yeah, of course.
But like boiled water to get rid of all that, like sterilise the water and all that, boiled it, and tiny, like I think it's like half an ounce, hardly anything.
Something like that.
But it done wonders.
See,
and that's them again. That some people say something, and
some
you have to do
don't.
what's right by your child.
By your child.
Yeah.
Like constipation, we figured out that massaging her stomach worked.
See, and Brandon didn't like that.
See,
he liked the bicycle legs.
We did that on Mabel, so we did bicycle legs, both legs to either side.
Yeah.
And then massage her stomach a little bit. Worked perfect.
Yeah.
But then Nance went to what do you call it? Sensory.
Yeah.
And they showed them another way.
Okay.
Of massaging their stomach.
Yeah.
So there's so many different things that you can do.
There's even supposed to be something where you rub their hands and then rub their feet.
So apparently,
like a reflexology point.
There's a reflexology point on their hands or something.
Yeah.
Or I think it's on their lower back.
Yeah.
That helps them go to the toilet as well.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on this. Look into it yourself. But there
course.
Definitely is one, because I remember Nance telling me about it.
Yeah. So it's what works for your baby that works for others. Yeah.
Not everyone's the same, man. Not everyone is the same.
And that's where like obviously them pressures and things like that get put on, because it's like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, but them things that might not work for your child.
Exactly that. And when you say about pressures, the one thing I didn't like when Nance was in the hospital after she'd had the Mabel, was the way that the doctors tried to pressure her into giving Mabel the vitamin K after she said she didn't want to give it to her.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you chose not to. Yeah,
we chose not to give it to her, just through our own research and whatever, and our own choice. So we told the nurse when Mabel was born that we didn't want it. She was lovely.
Yeah.
No problem. I'll let the doctor know. Whatever. Cool. Not a problem. The next day, when I wasn't at the hospital, they're then talking about Nance outside in the corridor, at the nurse's station, saying, "Oh, you know that lady hasn't gave her baby vitamin K."
Mad.
And then made a doctor come in and talk to her, draw the curtain and all that, like it was some big secret. That sort of stuff I don't like. Like, everyone's got their own choice, innit? Everyone does what they think they're doing right for their child.
And obviously there's people's reasons behind
it. That's it. If that's someone's choice, that's their choice. Yeah. Don't try to force things onto people because you think they're making the wrong choice. You don't know if it's the wrong choice.
What was it that made you not want to give? Because like obviously like we gave it to Brandon. Yeah. Kerry had done her research into whatever, and like we was like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it. Like, what was the thing that made you think I don't want?
Do you know what it was? Yeah, I think it was more a thing of to do with COVID.
Yeah.
Because how do you know that if they're giving them vitamin K, how do you know they're not trying to give them the COVID jab at the time even?
Yeah.
I think that was partly mine.
Yeah.
I can't remember what Nancy's was.
Because vitamin K is something to do with...
it's something to do with their blood clotting.
The blood clotting, yeah.
But your blood learns how to clot itself anyway.
Yeah.
So why do you need that to do it? See, which was what I thought.
Like my thought process was with everything is if I've had it and if Kerry's had it, then I'm cool with Brandon having it.
I fully get that. I fully get that one as well. Because Nat said the same thing about some things as well. Like just that normal infant vaccinations.
Yeah.
Like Marley had all of hers, Nancy had all of hers. I couldn't tell you because
you didn't know.
I don't know because my mum weren't around and I was with my stepmom from then.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I had them or not, but more than likely I did.
Yeah.
It didn't affect me. It didn't affect Nancy. Don't think it affected Marley. Maybe it could have added to her having ADHD or whatever.
Yeah.
So they say. but it was just a personal choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just a choice of taking on all of the information that we'd read about it and stuff, and just saying, no, we're all right. We're cool with that.
Yeah.
That simple. It's just it's a choice, isn't it? It's what you choose to do.
Of course.
No one can't tell you something's wrong or right, man.
No, you got to, like you said, you got to do what's right by you as a parent.
That's exactly
and,
that,
like,
man.
I will say on the vaccine front, when we took Brandon to have his, because you have to have 3 different stages, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like the first one, I think is at 6 weeks.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's the first one's at 6 weeks. Bro, when we took him, man, I was holding him, and when they give the I felt so bad, man, when you see him cry.
Oh, don't.
Because it was like, I've took you here, and then now you're like...
And now you're crying. This. Yeah, man.
But I would say one thing, when you do, like, if any of you do go down the vaccination routes, the thing that we did, and it really helped, was as soon as he had the injection, a little bit of Calpol on that first one and the last one. Because the Calpol kept he never got a temperature, thank God. Touch wood, you know what I mean? Like, because that first one can give a temperature, because it's something. I think that's part the meningitis one.
Yeah.
So they can get a temperature. So that there, Calpol immediately. He never got his temperature, and he was grizzly, but he was very good. He done really well with them, bless him. And another thing that kind of they told us as well, and they'll tell you if you go down that route, is every time they have their vaccine, for the first 2 weeks after, because I think one of them is something to do with I can't remember what actually the illness is, or the disease is that they're protecting them against. It's a diarrhea one. Okay. So like in their poo is part of, like, so that you have to make sure you completely wash your hands thoroughly every time afterwards, because that's in their poo. Do you know what I mean? So so like it comes out of their body, so it's so like make sure you completely wash your hands and clean up afterwards. Obviously the nurses and that tell you that, but
of course.
And I remember, like, I think it was after that first one, literally a couple of days after, like, Brandon had his first explosive poo.
Oh, bro.
And we was in the car park at IKEA. So like Kerry's Kerry's got it on her hand. She's like, so then she's gone into IKEA, mate, done all the proper like wash. Step like the Milton sterilising thing and all that. But again, they're things that kind of like you have to be vigilant for, and you have to be mindful for,
and you prepare yourself.
Yeah, and again, it's choices.
Yeah,
like we chose to go that route. You never. But it's what's right for you.
It's what's right for you. That's it. Talking of poos, I'm gonna touch back on this. Yeah. If your baby does get jaundice, I think their poo comes out like seeds, sort of.
Okay.
So
because
when you feed them, it's supposed to flush it through.
Okay.
So the baby's poo that'll be like a sign that you'll know that they've got jaundice if you can't tell.
But they do have a grainy poo when they breastfeed anyway, don't they?
Yes,
but it's slightly different.
But it's slightly different. It looks like when it comes out when it's jaundice, it looks like it's got seeds in their poo.
Okay.
So that's how you know if they've got jaundice.
Another little.
Just while I touched on that, because you reminded me with the poo one.
Yeah.
So
you learn a lot about poo.
You'll find out a lot about poo.
Yeah, you'll definitely find out a lot about poo.
Especially when you got it on your finger.
And also you'll find out how much they love to wee on themselves in the first. Like, as soon as you take a nappy off, there's a fountain, it's going everywhere, it's all over them.
All over the shop.
And over you.
Jeez. Do you know what? Yeah, I've been weed on, I've been pooed. No, I haven't been pooed on, I've been sicked on.
I got sicked on in the face the other day.
All on my beard.
Yeah, no, I lifted him up the other day. And he threw up and he just went straight in my face.
No.
Yeah, I was doing like Superman. You know, like when you sat down, you do like, hey, baby, and it was just, boom.
I dreaded them ones. I dreaded them. Mabel got me with a projectile.
Mad.
She was laying down. It just flew out and went all on the side of my face. I was like, man.
And
it smells the worst because it's milk as well.
Yeah. And you smell it for a little while afterwards.
You smell sicky milk for a little while. Get used to that smell.
Again, that's where your muslins come in handy, so make sure you got a lot of them.
No. Muslins come in handy, but make sure you wipe it with a wipe first.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then muslin.
Yeah, because otherwise you get the muslin.
Because otherwise you do moron moves like I do and wipe it with a muslin and it just smells like sick for the whole day.
Yeah, so anyway, that's so that was kind of like a few weeks in. We spoke a little bit about vaccinations, and obviously we're getting to all these things more deep. This is like your little kind of taster into life afterwards, after the mad episode that was the birth stories.
That's it. You'll probably get what month was that? First month?
Yeah.
You'll probably get 2 to 3 months, maybe 4 months in the next one.
Yeah, and then one thing we will do. I think the first. It's only right our first guest will be the mums.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We'll get the mums up.
It's got to be the mums. So just be prepared for some crying or whatever in the background. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what? Obviously we don't want to lose what this is, and you know what? Mums have got their own channels. They've got enough of them.
There's a lot for
so this
mums.
It's kind of like the mums' view on us dads.
It's the mums'
and
view
what they want from us.
Yeah.
And also like their input on.
And it'll probably be the mums' views of us two talking about the last 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And what we didn't get right.
Yeah.
What we didn't say.
Anyway, if you've got any questions for us, get them onto the channel.
Yeah.
At Dad Bible Podcast.
Twitter, Insta.
Yeah.
All of them things.
All of the
YouTube.
things, them,
everywhere.
The link tree with all the different channels where you can hear this is on the Instagram as well.
Yeah, man.
You're going to get exclusive content and images of Brandon, Mabel, myself, Jay, and the mums.
The families. Yeah, man. Yeah. If you want to email us, don't forget dadbible@riskyroads.com.
And in the next few weeks when we're taking on guests as well, if you think your story and your role as a dad is interesting, and
I was gonna.
Yeah,
you've hit the nail right on the head, my friend.
You're that's all your qualification you need to get onto this show.
That's it. You just got to be a dad.
You got to be a dad.
Simple.
That's it.
You could be famous. You could be not famous.
All right. Before we wrap it, joke of the week's on you. Dad joke of the dad joke's on you this week because I've done my one last week.
I said this joke. Yeah.
Go on.
This might not be a dad joke, but I got told, get out of here with your dad joke.
Go on.
So, I said to Marley, what do you call a man with a seagull on his head?
Go on.
She said, what? I said, Cliff. She said, if I could have got a picture of her face when I said it to her, she just did some face. That screwed up her face and looked at me and just said, what is that?
There's dad joke. Wow.
So that was my dad joke. You might not get a dad joke next week because you've had 2 in a row. So we're going to have to throw one of our other little segments in the mix for next week, I think. And we'll have to do some research on some real dad jokes.
You know what we've got as well next week to talk about as well? You know, like choice of nappies, choice of products well. You know, like milks and things like that. You touched on it briefly with you know, the goat milk.
Definitely, man.
What's that one called? The goat milk?
Nanny care it is called.
Yeah, nanny care. So we'll talk about, you know, like the choices of milks that we had and why we done them.
Choices of milks. Nappies, wipes.
Yeah. We went water wipes. Did you go water wipes?
Yeah, we went water wipes as well.
Yeah. So all of that sort of stuff just to help use your dads out there like on you know.
There we go. That's what we've got for next week.
Yeah, some products.
2 to 3 months and some good products.
And things like that. And also as well some challenges as dads, because you know what, we have our ups and downs as well, don't we?
Yeah, man. Listen.
Like, because it's extra pressures on us. You know, like you want to be able to make life as easy as possible for your missuses and that as well.
Listen, don't let people tell you that this job is easy. It's not easy, but the rewards
are massive. Yeah, they are.
So it makes it easy. You know what I mean? Them rewards make it feel easy. So, and as I will always say, if you feel like you need to chat to someone about something to do with your children, or you just want to chat in general,
we're here.
We're here. Hit us up, man. Anytime.
Again, get us on all the socials.
That's it.
Send us your stories. Send us why you'd like to be on here, because you know what, we're going to start taking guests soon.
Yeah, man.
Famous, non-famous, whatever
Average
it is.
Joes.
Qualifications, dad. That is it. That is it. So thank you again for listening again.
Yeah, man.
Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you again next week.
Ciao for now.
Ciao.